Namaste. Welcome to Shradha. Today we're going to talk about fear, stress, anxiety, and many more. I'm sure a lot of my new yoga teachers must have gone through this feeling of that I am not able to teach yoga, or a pressure or a stress of walking in a yoga studio and teach a class. So today we're going to talk about fear of teaching yoga. I have invited one of my very good and dear friend Arpita Donna.
Yes.
So we call her Donna. And
Yes.
welcome to Shradha
Thank
Arpita.
you.
And Arpita, the one question comes in my mind whenever
Right.
I meet you, and we talk about that you did your teacher training
Yes.
in May 2021.
Yes, I did it during COVID.
Did you choose the right time to do the teacher training?
I think for me at that time, it was the right time. I would have liked the structure of the training to be a little different. Because it was COVID, it was such a different time. We had to do everything kind of online.
Yes.
So I think that had a little bit of effect on me, but it was one of the best experiences of my life.
That's
yeah.
great. That's so good to know. So Donna, it's been many years now that you did your teacher training, and so have you ever thought about going and teach in a studio, or what stops you?
So I don't know if it's that it's stopping me. I think originally I never actually went into teacher training to teach. I more so went into teacher training to learn more. I was fascinated
Oh, all right.
with what yoga did for me personally. Not so much everyone else, but my story in general, it was fascinating to see how yoga played out
Okay.
for me, which
That's good.
yeah, so it really made me want to kind of dig deeper and find out more as
More
to
about your own personality and,
yeah,
and how yoga can be beneficial for
absolutely.
for yourself. So, have you ever thought about teaching yoga?
I did. Well, I didn't before that. I
Okay.
think I did once when I first took a yoga class, and I loved the teacher, and I said I could do that one day.
That's good.
But I never actually took it seriously until I started my teacher training. And once I started learning more, I fell in love with philosophy, and
Wow.
it was something that I couldn't challenge in life. It was just all the answers were there for me.
Yeah.
So I fell in love, and I realized that the whole world
Yeah,
needs to know.
Absolutely. That's what the yoga is all about.
Right.
So, when we will see you
Hopefully this
inside the
year.
class and teach yoga?
Hopefully this year. It's been a couple years. If we go back to your original question as to why,
Yes.
I think with the training was amazing. But because it was a hybrid training that I was doing, there was a lot of online work.
Yes.
I had some medical issues during the time of my teacher training that kind of led my experience to be a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Than most of the people in my class. But I did conquer through. I got through. But I think my confidence was a little low at that point, just because one, I never thought I was going to teach.
Exactly.
It wasn't something I was going to, I was actually practicing while I was in school. Yeah. But I think it was just, I felt like I didn't know enough. And I know that's not the right answer.
Yeah, because it's the journey.
Right.
You keep on learning. The more you teach,
right,
the more you will learn.
Yeah.
But what fear stuck in your mind? Is just the confidence, or is just you were thinking that people might judge you?
Judgment wasn't really the fear. I think the fear is not fully being confident in, properly guiding someone in the way they need. Yeah. Because our bodies are all individual, and we have so many different needs.
Yes.
Just from learning from my own experience and my own body, I know that sometimes there's a little bit more like complexity in people's bodies.
Absolutely.
And my biggest fear is I never want to guide someone in the wrong way.
Yes.
So that I think would be a fear. But overall, I think it's just building your confidence. Yeah, like a lot of it was confidence for me, just because, again, it wasn't something I was planning on doing.
Absolutely. It's the same thing happened with me. I never
Yeah.
thought that I want to be a yoga teacher.
Right.
And teaching yoga is an art. It's not that just you walk in and just start saying, oh, do this asana, do
Right.
that. It's the involvement of body, mind, breath, and
Right.
many, many things.
Yeah.
When you ask someone to get into the posture and feel the essence of the posture.
Right.
So that's really good to know that you are thinking to start up and teach
Yeah.
yoga. And my own experience says the more you teach, the
Right.
more you
Learn.
learn
Right.
to how you need to cue your students and how
Mhm.
you need to feel the posture, all
Right.
that. But that's commendable that you are thinking
Yes.
on those lines.
Yes.
But yeah, I'm sure there must be a lot of new yoga teachers, those who are
Mhm.
going through this feeling that, after doing a course, that
Yeah.
now I have to teach.
Right.
And I have met many yoga teachers around me, those who
Mhm.
are certified yoga teachers, those who have excellent knowledge,
Right.
but the fear they have in their mind of teaching.
Yeah.
So, what do you suggest to all our new yoga teachers with your own
Mhm.
experience, which holded you back from teaching
Right.
yoga? What do you suggest them that how should be their approach after doing the course?
Be kind to yourself.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the time we're very hard on ourselves,
Mm-hmm.
towards ourselves.
Yes.
Not necessarily, and our perception is that it's the world towards us, when
Yes.
really it's us.
It's us. Absolutely.
Right? So I think be kind to yourself. Be confident in your learnings.
Yes.
Take what you got out of teacher training
Yes.
and share it, even if it's a little bit.
Yes.
Share it with whoever you can.
Absolutely.
But be kind, be patient, and keep learning. There's so much to learn, right?
So much.
Yeah.
It's a never ending concept.
Right.
I would say it's I think doing a first course is just a first step
Right.
of your ladder
Yeah, I
that
think
you desire to achieve.
200 hours sounds like a lot, but it's
But
very
it's
minimal
absolutely
in our world.
it's
So,
it's very less.
take the learnings that you have, embrace the ones that you need,
Yeah.
and truly share the ones that you feel people need or desire.
Yeah.
There's so many learnings, and I think there's so many aspects, so many different paths you can use yoga
Yes.
to your benefit. So just keep learning
Yeah.
and find your passion and
Yes.
find your place in the world of yoga.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. So as we are talking, we talk about that you did your online teacher
Mhm.
training, and that was the first teacher training that you did
Yes.
ever. So do you think if you would have done in-person
Mhm.
teacher training, it would have made different impact on your confidence of teaching rather than doing the online?
Absolutely. For me personally, just the type of learning, just because we're all different types of
Yeah.
learners. For me, I like hands-on.
Yeah.
I like being able to ask questions right
Yeah.
away or upfront live. I was fortunate that my teacher training was still live online, so
Okay.
I was still able to ask all the questions I
Okay.
needed. Our asana practices were in studio, so
Okay.
it was beneficial that way for me. It was just more so the time compression, because
Yes.
it was hybrid and meant to be done on a quicker
Yeah.
basis. I think that's where I didn't have that time to just build that confidence, especially again because I didn't go into it wanting
Yes,
to teach.
absolutely.
But I think that makes a difference. Just depending on your learning style. For some
Yeah.
people, internet might be great, or online learning might be great. But for me personally, I tend to learn better with that live instruction
Yeah.
in front of me. I'm a visual learner, so I like to see things and then I can manually do it myself. That's how I learn.
Yeah.
So for me, it would probably be better to
It would have been
be
better.
in school.
Absolutely. And from where did you do your teacher training?
So I did my teacher training with Yoga Space in Toronto. Wonderful school. They're known for their therapeutics and
Okay.
and hatha yoga. So it was a really great school. Again, I think it was just they, did the best they could with
They could,
COVID,
of course.
right? We
We
could
all
only do
got
so
it.
much with COVID, but they've always been great. If I ever need anything afterwards, they were always there
They're
to
always
kind of
there.
help.
That's amazing.
Um,
That's beautiful.
yeah.
Yeah,
So it was a great school. It was just a different learning experience at a different time,
yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Yeah,
So, are you excited that maybe in next few months you will see yourself inside the room and
absolutely.
guiding your students to how to feel
Yes.
yoga, the essence of yoga?
Yes, I am very excited. I've been doing some extra trainings and
Mm-hmm.
and building that confidence.
Confidence, yes.
So hopefully, yes, hopefully this year I will be teaching,
That's
and
so good to know.
yeah, I'm
Um,
excited.
Me
So
too. I'm very very excited and really want to see you. And
yeah,
I will
I love
attend
that.
your
Thank you.
class for sure.
Yes.
And it's gonna be different feeling
Yes,
altogether
I
when you
think it
are
will.
done with your first class.
Yeah,
It always remains here inside
right.
your when you give your first class. I must say, Donna has exceptionally good knowledge
Yes.
when it comes to anatomy and when it comes to yoga. It's just
Yes.
that what holding her back from teaching is her own confidence.
Right.
And for some teachers, it's very easy. Just, after doing a course, walk into the
Yeah.
room and teach a class. And for some teachers, it's stuck
Yeah.
somewhere.
It's
And you
kind of that
really,
imposter syndrome,
exactly,
right?
you,
Like you
you really
just
need to
don't
work.
know quite how to feel. Do I
Yes.
walk in as myself? Do I walk in as like, do I have to pretend? Not
Pretend.
pretend, I think is the wrong word,
Yeah.
but do I need to put a facade on for,
Yeah.
all those questions kind of arise where really it's just
It's
yourself
just your
and
own self.
you just have
That's
to
it.
go in and be yourself. And I know
Exactly.
that. But again, I think for me, it's putting a good program in place
Yeah.
where I feel confident that my students will get what they need out of
Yes,
it. Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely. And I know I am 100% sure you'll be the wonderful, wonderful teacher, and people will love your
Oh, thank you,
class.
Shradha.
And thank you so much for
Yeah,
talking to us because
absolutely.
talking about your own fear is not easy.
No.
It's not easy because you're letting your personality, the
Yeah.
world knows about you.
Right.
So it's very difficult, and you're being very strong that you're talking
Yes.
about your own fear.
Right.
And everybody will be so happy to see you what you desire to
Yes.
do, and I'm sure you'll do justice to your own self and you'll
Oh,
be kind to your own
thank
self.
you.
And
I will.
thank you everyone for
Thank
listening
you.
to Arpita and
Yes.
Shraddha, and I hope this knowledge or our own experience, Arpita's experience, might help new
Right.
yoga teachers or the teachers, those who have been struggling from very
Yes.
long time to teach a yoga class. They might get some confidence
Right.
from Arpita
I
and
hope
would
so.
start teaching.
Yes.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you.
Thank